Hello everybody, welcome to my lawnmower review of the Qualcast corded rotary lawnmower. I've had this lawnmower probably about 5 years actually, so it's a review of how it's been and what it's like to use and the benefits and the downfalls of the lawnmower. So these are some of the details. If you want to read all those, you can just pause the video. Not very interesting. And here is actually my lawnmower. So as you can see, here it is. Now already the front wheel has collapsed. You can see the front wheel there. I've had to tie the plastic surround on with a couple of old coat hangers. So here's the height adjustments. You can adjust the height of cutting the grass. I normally have it set on 30. If it goes to 20, it just cuts into the mud, so it's height adjustable there. As you can see, look, I've had to repair that wheel. I mean, maybe you can get spares, but I just did a bit of a bodge there. So this is where all the grass collects, and you can see on the back here, so you can get nice stripy lawn but with a red roller, but this one is actually broken because, as I say, been using it over 4 or 5 years, and that's just busted, so I couldn't be bothered to put that back on. It doesn't affect the actual lawn mowing, but it just means I don't get nice stripes. And it's obviously got a safety feature which most lawnmowers have, so you have to push the button in and pull that handle back for it to activate. So there you go. Right, so this is the power cord. Now this is the one thing that's quite disappointing about this lawnmower. It's meant for medium to large size gardens, but the power cord is literally 10 meters long, so we're talking 30 feet. Now I've got just a normal garden, medium size, and it doesn't even stretch halfway out the garden, so you have to drag this great big power extension around with you, which is a bit of a pain actually. So this is me just mowing the lawn. So I've got it set on number 30 to get a good cut. Right, so here we go. Oh, it's so exciting. It really is exciting. Right, let's speed this up. Too much excitement for one video. Right, so we've got this little air flap here. So when it's empty, that flap is open because the air is flowing through there. When the box is full up with grass, that will be shut, so you know that it's full up, which is, you know, not a bad little feature. So here we go. So this needs emptying. It just pulls off really simply. And then we just go and put that in the garden bin, or put it in your composter. So let's put it in the garden bin. That's nice and easy to empty. And what you can do is, if the grass is a bit wet and it gets stuck at the back, you can just give it a bit of a wiggle and then the rest of the grass comes out, because it's like a flexible box, so it's quite nice for storage as well if you're a bit short of storage. There you go, look, it's just gets any last bits out, and then it just sits back in here nice and snugly. As I say, I've had this lawnmower for about 5 years. It's starting to fall apart, but the motor's still good. I sharpened the blades a couple of times just with an old file. Just did it myself, didn't have to take the blade off, just give them a bit of a sharpen. And then importantly, after you've cut the grass, if the grass is a bit wet, it mulches up and it sticks on the underside of the lawnmower. So it's really important to keep this clear, otherwise you'll find the motor can jam and you'll burn out the motor. So keep that nice and clear. Just use an old bit of wood, don't use metal because you'll damage the plastic under tray. So just give that a nice clean. There we go. And then obviously put that all in the garden bin or in your composter. So it keeps it all nice and clean for next time. It's best to do it when you've just done it. If you let the grass dry, it's a lot harder to scrape off. Now this is the mulcher attachment. What you can do is you can put this in, plug this into the lawnmower. Instead of it collecting the grass, it just mulches it back into the ground. So when you haven't got much grass to cut, you can just leave that plugged in. Quite a nice little feature. So this is the fold down handles. You can just pull these away, and then the handle just folds back down, so it's easy to store in your shed or in your garage. So you see how it just, you know, makes it a bit smaller. Then obviously you can take the grass collector off, fold that down, store that somewhere else. And then obviously you've got the big handle in the middle, so you can just pick it up and then just put it away. There we go, I've just chucked mine in the greenhouse. So that's a review of the Qualcast Rotary Lawnmower. Hope that's helped somebody out there. Maybe it has, maybe it hasn't. And I'll be very surprised if you got to the end of this video, because I'm struggling. Cheers for watching, guys and girls. That is the end.